It's gone. It's done. Yes, Mr.
Weeaboo.
It's over now.
The Seven Deadly Sins manga has reached its end. Some may feel this time was far overdue, while others may be crying over the loss of their favorite manga. This series definitely had its ups and downs, but I think this was a solid close to a great manga. For this final chapter, we actually followed Prince Tristan, the half-breed child of Meliodas and Elzabeth. Just by looking at him you can tell he's their child, as his design is basically just both of theirs mashed into one. He even got one of each of their eyes, and it looks like he has Meliodas' hair with an Elzabeth mullet coming out the back. He's lucky he's cute, because I'm afraid Tristan isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. Not only did he forget his own birthday, he somehow went 10 years thinking the Seven Deadly Sins and even his own father were evil. This was the result of his dad feeding him false information for his own selfish amusement. But literally everyone else in the kingdom knew the Seven Deadly Sins were heroes, so it's pretty amazing he never figured out the truth. We see that he has friends he talks to, and I assume he went to some sort of school where they probably teach at least basic history, so unless his IQ is in the single digits, he should have known the truth. But then we got the real reason why he thinks his father's evil. It's because he stole Elzabeth's voluptuous bosoms from him. He has long since stopped suckling on her tits, but his father continues to touch them every day. There isn't a man alive who wouldn't be jealous. As a certified weeaboo, I diagnosed Tristan with an Odysseus complex. Probably feeling bad for the poor boy, Gother decides to mentally traumatize him by showing him all the events the Seven Deadly Sins went through. This is not something a 10-year-old boy should see, especially when you realize from his perspective, it wouldn't be a cartoon. Maybe Gother cut out all the messed up parts, but one of the flashback scenes shown was when Meliodas was dead in Elzabeth's arms with swords sticking through his body. And knowing Gother, he probably held nothing back. Due to this newfound knowledge, Tristan has decided he wants to become one of the Seven Deadly Sins. I guess he knows about the vacant spot due to the information influx, and now he's gunning for it. But he may have some competition, because in the last chapter we saw Elaine was pregnant at the same time Elzabeth was, and in this chapter it was confirmed that Deanna and King had a kid as well. I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to see them this chapter, but apparently a sequel series called The Four Knights of the Apocalypse has already been confirmed, so I assume we'll get to see everyone's precious little children then. I heard the sequel series was going to be about Arthur, so maybe the Four Knights of the Apocalypse will be Arthur, Tristan, Bond's kid who we know is named Lancelot, and the child of King and Deanna. If that's the case, that means Tristan ends up becoming a Knight of the Apocalypse, and not one of the Seven Deadly Sins, which means he failed to achieve his goal. Ha! What a loser. Well, the Seven Deadly Sins may be over, but with the sequel series already confirmed, I guess that means...
This is not the end.